Hey everybody, welcome back to the weekly vlog. Today we're going to be talking about the weekly upload schedule, Twitch partnership stuff, a straw poll on 3 reasonably obscure games that I've been thinking about playing recently that I'm a big fan of, and frustrating fucking YouTube subscription news stuff that came out. Schedule first, though, we have World of Warcraft on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. By the way, that series is almost ready to go on its very long hiatus due to, Brandon going off to the military. This is not the last week of it. Next week is the last week of it. So next Friday will be the last episode of World of Warcraft for probably a really long time. And I'll have a new series going up after that. Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m., though, is more Resident Evil 7. Saturday and Sunday at 3 p.m., as well as Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m., is Crusader Kings 2. We have the previous week's stream recordings going up at 6 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday with Bomber Crew, the Guild 2 Renaissance, Domina, and Project Zomboid, the community server of Project Zomboid. And for the 4 streams of this week, we are doing Tuesday, Bomber Crew, Wednesday, the Guild 2 Renaissance, Saturday, Metal Gear Solid 5, we're going back to that one, and Sunday, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, which we're also going back to. Haven't done that one in a while, and that's a fun one. All those streams should be at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, but if you ever need a reminder on when that is in your time zone, just check out the Twitch TV page linked in the description of this video, and if you go down to the description of that page, it'll have a countdown by the hour of when my next stream is gonna go live. As for TAD, we passed the $10 mark, so that's our Tuesday stream locked down. Again, TAD is just a thing in the description where you can watch some advertisements on your phone or your browser to help get me paid and get more things unlocked for the show every week. So first, our final Twitch partnership reminder thing, just reminding everybody that in March we're doing these extra streams and trying to get this partnership, which the requirement that I need to meet is an average of 75 viewers or above over the last 30 days. It's looking like we're probably not going to get it. My average right now is 60, which is good. Sometimes we get above 75 in a stream, sometimes we get below, but we more often get below than we do above. So it looks like we're not going to get it this month, but it's not the biggest deal in the world if we don't. It's a shame. I'd like to get you guys those transcoding options for every stream, which I'd get if I was a partner. And that would mean I could stream in much higher quality without having to worry about excluding people who don't have as good of internet. I'd like to stream at like triple the quality that I do right now because I'm able to. I used to do it on Smashcast. But I'd rather not risk excluding people with bad internet if I don't always have transcoding options. Transcoding being the thing where you can click on the quality and pick like, what quality you want to watch the stream in. So that's why I don't stream it in too crazy high a bit rate over on Twitch. So if we don't get it, not the biggest deal in the world, but it'd be nice if we can get it. But who knows, maybe some other time. So on the stream the other day, I was talking to everybody about all kinds of these old PC games I have that I really like, and we started getting into talking about just reasonably obscure but really, really fun games. And the 3 that I really, really want to play on the show that I think we could do pretty well, and I'm not entirely sure, like some of them I want to stream, some of them maybe like a Let's Play or like a hybrid of Let's Playing and streaming, I'm not entirely sure. One is my favorite game of all time, Evil Genius. I did a whole stream through of that game, but that was like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And looking back on it, yeah, some people found me through it and a lot of people enjoyed it and everything, but I think I could do a lot better of a job of it now. And that was the last time I played the game, and it's my favorite game, so I'd really like to go back to it. Evil Genius is like Dungeon Keeper. If you ever played the old Dungeon Keeper games, it's inspired by that where, you're base building, you're the villain, but instead of being like an evil warlock summoner, like you are in Dungeon Keeper, in Evil Genius, you're a 60s spy thriller villain making your like evil volcano base and everything. It's really, really fun. It's a great game. My second favorite game, which is just a hair behind Evil Genius, is Deadly Premonition. I am not very experienced with the director's cut of Deadly Premonition. It's very, very glitchy, even with the fan patch, but it's also a really fun game. It's one of those games a lot of people say is like, oh, one of the worst games ever. No. I've played plenty of games that are not even remotely enjoyable. Whereas Deadly Premonition, I unironically absolutely love it. There's this big divide with Deadly Premonition where a lot of people look at it and they're just like, wow, that gameplay's crap. The gameplay is kind of crap, but you don't really play it for the gameplay. You play for the plot because the plot's actually really fascinating and you get really invested in the characters. And a lot of people say like it's It's one of those games that are so bad that it's good. And I disagree because I feel like with a game that's so bad that it's good, you enjoy it for the bad things. Like Rogue Warrior, if you've ever seen my playthrough of Rogue Warrior, my hour and a half playthrough because the game is so damn short, the best of video for it is 2.5 minutes, shortest I've ever made. That game is fun and funny because of how awful it is. Deadly Premonition, the bad things are genuinely kind of frustrating. You love it for the genuinely good things in the game, which is mostly like the dialogue and the plot and the characters are so fun. That's a game that doesn't get nearly enough love. Not nearly as much as it deserves. So I'm gonna play the definitive edition of that sometime. I'm thinking maybe like that would be like a hybrid of Let's Playing and streaming, because maybe I'm gonna locally record some, because it might need some editing to speed up travel time and stuff, because a lot of that game is just driving a car with no obstacles. At the same time, I could do streams where I start doing all the side quests, because man, I wouldn't mind 100%ing that game. That's a really fun game. And lastly is Hammer and Sickle, which was like a really obscure Russian 2005 PC game that barely works anymore. I haven't tried getting it to work on Windows 10, but I had it working on Windows 7. If you've ever played Silent Storm 2, which is on Good Old Games, same company, same game engine, like it's same thing, different plot, made in the same game. It's almost like it's a fan game made in the same engine, but it's an official game and it's really good. Think Silent Storm, where it's like that kind of strategy game, combat, you know, it's like turn-based with AP points and everything when you're in combat. It's like that, except for the setting is different. The setting is World War II just ended. Berlin, in Germany, has been split up between the different Allied powers. You're a Soviet commander who's sneaking into American-occupied Berlin as a spy. And it's such a cool setting, like, you know, Cold War espionage in post-World War II Germany. What a fucking cool setting. And it's one of those really awesome games. Like, the mid-2000s were great for this, but especially Russian games from the mid-2000s, where they're really, really glitchy and poorly programmed, and this game is, but they have such cool ideas, and they're so innovative and so just fascinating to play. And this is definitely one of those games where it's so incredibly open-ended. Every little decision you make will change, like, every single plot thing that happens after. You might meet characters and they are in completely different positions towards you. A character that might have joined your team if you had done something differently might be your enemy, and you would have never known that they could even be on your team, because it was maybe it was a nameless grunt in your playthrough, and you had no idea that if you had approached that place in a different way, you could have gotten talking to that person and they would join your crew. Like, the amount, it's some of the most depth of choice I've ever seen in a video game. To the point that, even with me loving the game and having played it like tons and tons of times, although I'm not sure I actually ever beat the game, I always got near the end, but the game is very difficult. I don't know a lot of the conditions that caused a lot of things I've had happen. I swear I've done the first 3 hours of the game like 8 drastically different ways, and I'm not sure what caused it to be different some of the time. The sound design in the game is amazing. The voice acting is shockingly great. Like, I can't remember a bad voice actor in the game. Everyone does a really great job. The accents are really, really authentic. Like, your character, like, every character speaks English in the game because it's an English translation of the game, but the people, they actually got voice actors that speak natively in the accents that they should have in the game. Like, one character, like, it's even oddly specific. Like, one guy is like a Jewish Polish guy, and he has like an accent that's a mixture of like Yiddish and Polish, and is really authentic. It's crazy, and he's like a really good voice actor too. I don't know for sure if I can get that working on Windows 10. I need to crack out the discs and try and get it working. The problem is, to get the game working nowadays, you need to use a crack, well, like you would do if you torrented the game, because it got packed with, it was called like Stardock or something, Star something. It was this awful DRM that Russia and Russian developers used all the time for a long time. And it just, if you use it on any version of Windows, Windows 7 and above, it'll just crash your computer. and restart the whole thing, like hard restart the thing back to your last system restore. Cause it just does not work. I fucking hate DRM because of shit like that. So even though I have the discs back there, I was showing it on stream the other day. Even though the game sold horrifically badly in North America, I believe. So those discs are probably really rare. You need to crack the game to get it to run. You also need a hex editor, which I've had to go into a hex editor and fix a thing before, because again, the game engine's old and poorly programmed. The game doesn't boot if you have more than 4 gigabytes of RAM. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM, but if you crack the EXE, which is the thing you double click to launch the game, if you crack that, or if you go into a hex editor and you do it yourself, then you can make it so it doesn't check your RAM, so it doesn't matter how much RAM you have. That was all in Windows 7, though. There's a chance it doesn't work on Windows 10. I've never had a game that worked on Windows 7 not work on Windows 10, but I'm going to be testing it later this week to see if I can get it working. I have a straw poll in the description. Let me know, I guess I'll do multiple choice. Click any of the 3 games that you would watch, that you'd be interested in watching me play. It'll be multiple choice. You can pick all 3, or you could pick 1, or you could pick none, just whatever you want. And yeah, I'd love to see if you guys want to watch me play any of those. Speaking of you guys, wow, that was a bad segue. Patreon shout out to those people pledging $10 or more over on Patreon, getting your wonderful Patreon rewards, like being on the Minecraft server whitelist and the shout outs and other such things you could find if you clicked my Patreon link in the description. Shoutouts to Ghazali, Mad Librarian, Fiery Biscuit, Zandak, Taco Man, Playa Bogart, Night Fury 15, The Jedstar, Jetstream, Conk Sophia Orc, Killrain, Victor, Wolf20KO, One Savvy Siren, Shauna, Tim, Curran Cyan Nolan, Lemonhead, Morgan, Disastra, Josh Brown, and Emeth. Thank you so much for your continued support. Lastly, fucking YouTube news. Okay. I'm sure you've heard this a few times already, because whenever there's something that pisses off YouTubers, every YouTuber talks about it, because how couldn't we? This is our livelihood. For probably 3 years now, there's been a problem on YouTube where you won't get notified about random videos from channels you're subscribed to, even if you're on your subscription page, like not the homepage. Some people don't even know this. Homepage, don't go on your homepage if you want to see your subscribers' videos. Go on the subscriber page. It's on the left side of the screen, like on that little like pull-out menu thing. Wait, am I mirrored when I'm doing the pull-out? Yeah, look, you can see it. You're on a YouTube page, you can see it. There's a subscription button there, and you can click that, and that's your subscriber feed. Use that. Sorry, some people don't know that that's actually a thing. Don't use the homepage. Homepage sucks. Sometimes you just don't get informed of people you subscribe to. Now, you'd think the subscribe button means, hey, YouTube, show me more of this person's videos. I enjoy this person's videos. It's a glorified bookmark. Like, sometimes it shows you them, sometimes it doesn't. For 3 fucking years, YouTubers have been constantly reporting to YouTube, hey, there's a glitch or something's going on where you're not showing like half my videos to half my viewers. And YouTube have barely ever responded, but whenever they responded, they said, we looked into it and there's no glitch. Thanks, YouTube. Some people have theorized that it's intentional that they do this, where they see that someone's not watching a channel much, so they show them less and less of that channel. Game Theory had a big video on this a couple years ago. Well, after saying for years, not a glitch, and then just pretending like it's not happening, YouTube just put out a Creator Studio video in which randomly during a Q&A, with no lead up, one of the people asked, they're like, hey, so is this thing a thing? We're like, you know, people sometimes don't get notifications from their subscribers. And the developer, like the YouTube developer who works on that, was like, yeah, we only send out video notifications to a portion of the people who subscribed who we think are going to like that video. But if you click the subscriber bell, then you can see all of the videos. What the fuck? So after all these years, you just now admit, not a glitch, that's not a glitch, that's a feature. Why didn't you tell us sooner that that's how it works? Are you kidding me? People have been complaining about this for years. So many users have no idea that they're missing out on so many videos from their favorite channels. Are you kidding me? And just, the irony of this, they're gonna send the videos out to a portion of the subscribers that they think will watch the video. Okay, YouTube, who you think will watch the video, maybe I'm crazy, but I don't trust YouTube to predict what the people want to see for them, considering it took 3 years for them to listen to us constantly saying, hey, there's a glitch going on, and just now they finally explain what's going on, and we expect them to listen to us and understand us in what we want to see? Oh my god. So you can see why maybe I don't trust them to have that decision in their hands. More now than ever, if you really like a channel and you want to make sure that you know what videos they're uploading, hit the subscriber bell thing beside the subscribe button. It's a little picture of a bell right next to where it says subscribed, right below the video. If you're on mobile, I'm not sure if it's in the same spot. I'm sorry, I don't use mobile. Click the bell and it'll have little like lines next to it, like motion lines saying like, hey, it's ringing. And that means you'll get all the notifications of the videos on that channel. You also get emailed for it if you have that set up. I enjoy that personally as someone who checks all my emails. I find that really useful because sometimes a video won't even show up in my feed, even though I've rung the bell, but I'll still get the email and I can click the email and go to the video. So it's really useful that I have that. Right now, everybody, if you didn't know about this before, go around and start ringing the bell on all the channels that you really, really like. Because consider it this way. If YouTube is using a bot that just says, like, hey, if they watch this percentage of this person's videos, then we should show them all their videos. 2 problems with that. 1, let's say you're really into my World of Warcraft series right now, but you're not so into Crusader Kings 2 or, like, just other things I'm doing. YouTube's just gonna see that you're seeing 3 of my videos a week out of like 14 or something, and they're gonna be like, oh, he mustn't like this channel very much, and they're just gonna show you less and less of my videos, and soon enough you're gonna be not seeing the video series that you like. Or when I put out a new series and you would have liked that series, like I started uploading Resident Evil 7, maybe you don't even know that I'm uploading that. Maybe you would love to watch that, but YouTube never told you. So how would you know to watch it? It never told you that I was uploading it, you know? Another thing, a channel that I like is the Philip DeFranco Show. He uploads a video every single day that's not a weekend. I've been watching every single Philip DeFranco episode for about a year now. I recently got into him about a year ago. I click every episode, so why is it like half the time it doesn't show up in my feed? Half the time I have to click it through the email. Sometimes I'll go on his YouTube page, click the video section, and it's not there yet, but I can click the email I got and watch it. It's not even on his fucking video page yet, and I can watch it through the email. Like, if I click on 100% of this guy's uploads in the last year, and YouTube's still like, let's not show him notifications from this channel, I don't think he would want to watch that channel today, then can we trust YouTube at all to show you the videos that you want to see? God, no. Just go around and ring the subscriber bell. That was probably loud. Banged my elbow. Go around and ring the subscriber bell on every single channel that you really like. Because, my god, you can't trust YouTube's subscriber page to just show you what you want to see. And you really can't trust the homepage to show you what you want to see. It's all just fucking news sites and whatever is really, really big on TV right now, you know. It's not like you come to YouTube to see YouTubers or something. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. I need to go get editing some stuff for Geek Remix. So, oh, and I gotta get testing Hammer and Sickle, see if I can get that running. And I need to reinstall the DP fix, the Deadly Premonition fix, I think is what it's called. It's like a community patch. Actually, hilariously enough, this really tells you about my taste in games. Evil Genius, Deadly Premonition, Hammer and Sickle. All 3 of those games have unofficial community patches because the official patches are so shit. For some reason, I really like super ambitious games made by small studios that are really fucking cool, but hilariously badly programmed. Well, that's just my taste in games, I guess. I'm gonna go get back to some editing then. I hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. And until next time, have a nice day.